Hello, sports fans, and welcome to a special Thanksgiving Day edition of Scott Sports 101 NFL. Thanksgiving Day football. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're enjoying your time with family and friends, whether it's today or tomorrow. And we have some, and there's always football on Thanksgiving Day today, so we got great action for you. We'll get to that in a sec. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 Week 12 Thanksgiving Day NFL trivia question. It's a Dallas Cowboy trivia question, and we'll get to all that. His rookie season was in 1989, and his record as a starter was 1-15. This Hall of Famer wore number 8 for Dallas for a total of a dozen seasons. I will have the answer later in the podcast. Well, it's Thanksgiving Day, and that means we have 3 NFL football games for you today. In the early game, right now, it's the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions battling it out at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's 19-14 Bills with 8:21 to go in the third quarter. And this has been one of those games, and this could go either way, this game. The Bills are coming off a 31-23 win over the Cleveland Browns, our Cleveland Browns, in Week 11 last week. The Bills are 7-3 right now, and they will look to go to 8-3 with a win over the Lions. The Bills are really excited about the Thanksgiving Day matchup, which is going on right now. The Bills did a great job defensively against the run versus Cleveland on Sunday, and they will look to have a similar effort against the Lions today. And it's close right now. They're up by 5, 19-14. Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier knows he has another big test this week against Detroit, and Detroit's number 10 ranked rushing offense. Excuse me. And on defense, it's rookie safety Kirby Joseph has come on like a house on fire. He started 7 games in his career so far, and he's forced 5 turnovers. And a couple of weeks ago, his performance against the Packers was good enough to get him NFL Defensive Player of the Week honors. And he's been one of the bigger surprises. And I'm going to pick weird on a weird one on offense, and I'm going with receiver Tom Kennedy. And he's not lighting up stat sheets by any metric, but he seems to get one big catch every week that plays a big role in the game and gets the Lions offense going in a moment that they need it the most. And he might not even catch another pass before or after it. But this seems to happen every week. That could change now that the Lions are getting healthy and at receiver. And Jameson Williams is set to join the team any day now. Now expect Bills QB Josh Allen to really have a big game and give the Lions offense a run for the money. Also expect the Bills offense to really keep the Lions QB quarterback Jared Goff on the ground and the Lions defense and offense from getting into the end zone and also being able to make the big plays. Now, meanwhile, the Detroit Lions are always a part of Thanksgiving Day football. The Lions are coming off a big surprising 31-18 win over the New York Giants in Week 11 last week. The Lions are on a 3-game winning streak and will look to make it 4 in a row and go to 5-6 with a win over the Bills. Now, keep this in mind: the Lions are not. The Lions do not and will not go away quietly on Thanksgiving Day, and they certainly have showed that, only being down by 5 right now. And now it's in the third quarter with 6:45 to go. And the Lions will, as I said, will look to go to 5-6 and make it 4 in a row with a win over the Bills. This is the Lions' first win streak since 2017. And Detroit's path to victory is going to involve them having to slow down the Bills' offense in some capacity. As seen in multiple games this season, the Lions cannot get into shootouts with good teams and expect to come away with a win. So how can Detroit limit what the Bills are able to do offensively? Well, the Lions and their defense will have to play in an almost mistake-free game to get the win over the Bills. And the Lions really need to slow down Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and Devin Singletary as well. And the Lions have struggled with mobile quarterbacks all season. Their primary source of their struggles, though, has been on design runs on defense and the defensive ends. Excuse me. Look at that. And defensive ends have been getting caught crashing too far inside leaving an ocean of room, for opposing signal callers to bounce it outside and take off running when they recognize it. So this is going to be one of those games, and it's been kind of been one of those games. And it's right now in the third quarter, and the Bills are up 19-14. And right now, let me kind of recap it for you. This is a pregame show, but it's kind of an update show as well. And I'll show you where we stand right now. The Lions started with the ball. They went at the punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays, no yards. And Buffalo at the punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays, 3 yards. And then the Lions scored their first touchdown of the game. Jameis Williams up the middle for the 2-yard touchdown. He is playing today, as a matter of fact. And Bagley's extra point is good. It was 7-0 Lions. And then the Bills scored their first touchdown of the game. Josh Allen passed deep left to McKenzie for the 19-yard touchdown. Bass's extra point is good, and it is tied at 7. And they were tied at 7-7. And then the Lions fumbled. Jameis Williams left tackle to Buffalo 41 for no gain, and then fumbles. Touched at Buffalo, recovered by Buffalo. It was I think Eric Oliver or Eli Oliver, either one of those names, but Buffalo at the Buffalo 42. It was Ed Oliver, excuse me. Ed Oliver recovered it, excuse me. And then it was 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Bills scored their second touchdown of the game. Josh Allen to the Detroit 8 for minus 5 yards fumbles, and then recovered at the Detroit by Josh Allen for an 8-yard touchdown. And Bass's extra point was good, and it was 14-7 Buffalo. But then the Lions came right back and scored their second touchdown of the game. Jared Goff passed short right to St. Brown, Antonio St. Brown. And it was, the extra point was good by Bagley, and it was 14-all between Buffalo and Detroit. It's Ahmad St. Brown, excuse me. Ahmad St. Brown scored that touchdown. Excuse me. And then it was 14-all. Then the Bills got into field goal range. And it was 4th and 18 at the Detroit 28. Bass's 47-yard field goal was good. And it was 17-14. And at halftime, then in the third, the Buffalo had an interception. Josh Allen passed short right intended for Stephon Diggs, intercepted by Alizoni at the and Rodriguez at the Detroit 4. Alizoni to the Detroit 8 for 4 yards, and Detroit got the ball back, and then Jared Goff sacked in the end zone for minus 3 yards and by Ed Oliver, and then Buffalo got a safety, so it was, and right now that's 19-14 Buffalo, and then Buffalo had to punt after going 3-and-out, 4 yards, 4 plays, 10 yards, and right now it's 3rd-and-14 at the Buffalo 15. Jared Goff passed short right to D. Swift to the Buffalo 4, and for the 4-yard gain. But now Bagley just kicked the 29-yard field goal, but it was no good. It went wide right, and right now that's where we stand, and they're about to kick off. It'll be first and 10 at Buffalo, and right now with 1:57 to go in the third, it's still 19-14 Bills. We'll talk about the other two games in just a moment, but right now it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Thanksgiving Day Football Trivia question. His rookie season was in 1989, and his record as a starter was 1-15. This Hall of Famer wore number 8 for Dallas for a total of a dozen seasons. And who was this? And if you said Troy Aikman, you are correct. Quarterback Troy Aikman led the Cowboys to the Super Bowl championship in 1995. Troy was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2006. Despite his 1-15 rookie season, he was a Cowboy for 12 seasons from 1989 to 2000. And I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. And for this game, I am going with the Buffalo Bills, and so is my brother-in-law, Eric Hoyle. He is going with the Bills as well. And in the late game today, you're going to see the at 4:30, you're going to see the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys battle it out at AT&T Stadium in Big D and in Dallas, Texas. And this is going to be one of those games where it could go either way. Both teams are 7-3 and will look to go to 8-3. Either one of them will. And the Giants, has been a big surprise, one of the big surprise teams this season. So this should be a pretty good game because Giants can have their work cut out for them with playing at Big D, and Dallas really has to keep the Giants on their toes. And I'm going with Dallas, and so is my brother-in-law. And in tonight's Thursday night football game, you will see the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings battle it out at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'm going with Minnesota, and so is my brother-in-law, Eric Hoyle. And so this will be one of those games where anything can happen, and I think Minnesota will get the win because they are tough at home. But you never know. New England's going to have their work cut out with Kirk Cousins and Minnesota's offense tonight, so they're going to have to really jump on them early if they want to get the win in this game. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scout Sports 101 pregame / update show, Thanksgiving Day pregame podcast show. So I'll be back with the early game postgame show, and probably it'll be a late one too before the Thursday night football game. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.